Hey everybody, this is Pat from Pat's Perfect Produce. How are we doing today? Today I want to make a video here. I want to share with you something that I found difficult to find on YouTube and other places. So to save someone else a headache like I've had here, figure I'd make a video. So if you're gonna go change your brakes, okay, you want to pull the brake drum off. So the brake drum for this tractor is right here. All right, there she is. That brake drum sits on this shaft here. There's a retention clip that needs to go in, whatever. So that plate there, this is your oil seal. Okay, here's the new part number. Here's the old seal that you would pull out, okay? It's a double seal. The replacement is that seal right there. I'll leave that there for a little bit for you. Okay. That's the seal you need to get. That's your oil seal for your bull. This is called a bull pinion shaft. Okay? Because this is your bull pinion. Here's your bull gears. Those are your drive gears. Technically, your final drive gears. You have your transmission. So in this cage thing, this thing comes out. There's 2 jack bolts. So you take, there's supposed to be 6. I pried on it and broke an ear off. I think 5 out of 6 is good enough for me. It was good enough for me in college, so whatever. In order to take this out, so there's 2 bearings in there. I noticed my bearings were shot. So I replaced them. The bearings are like $50 a piece. You could get them off Case IH. Napa might have them if you took the bearing, whatever. If you could find them like an industrial place. Applied Industrial didn't have them, or they couldn't cross-reference the bearings themselves. So I had to call Case IH, and they were able to get them for me. The seals will give you issues. They will give you a smaller seal. Napa and both Case IH cross-referenced that number and gave me a smaller seal, and I had to drive 40 miles back up there today to go get this seal. I don't know what the problem was, but they gave me the wrong one. So, and then they wanted to charge me as restocking fee and all that other bullshit. Ain't nobody got time for that. So anyhow, in order to take this cage out, okay, you got to take the top deck off. All right, so that means take your gas tank off, take your light bar, take your steering wheel, your seat, all that other BS. If you have what are those? Whatever that thing's called, blanking on my mind right now. Got to take that out. So what you have to do is you gotta, to get this out, okay, see there's a little notch in there. So you gotta take the side that you want to take out, you gotta take that bull gear off, like so, okay? And that just comes out. There's that guy right there, retention bolt with a washer. So you can take that off. Then you slide the axle out, okay? Don't take your oil seal off. It doesn't do you any good. Just unbolt your 7 or whatever bolts here, and get mad at it and swear and put a couple pry bars on there and even an engine hoist if you're doing this by yourself, and she'll come out of there easy peasy lemon squeezy, if you will. And then you'll notice that, so then that bull gear will drop down. But you can't take the bull gear out unless you take the PTO shaft out. Okay? If you start this at 8 o'clock in the morning and you take enough breaks and relax and just maybe have a beer or 2, whatever, a shot of whiskey, whatever you're into. I wasn't able to get this out until, 11 o'clock at night. Now, I took plenty of breaks. I ate lunch. I was getting parts and tools and other shit. Because I'm working in a greenhouse. It's supposed to have plants in it in the springtime, but I'm using it as my little personal shop. So, we're making it work, with what we got here. So then you can take this out, and then everything's pretty self-explanatory. This, it presses out. The oil seal presses out. The bearings are pretty loose in there. You don't. I heated this cage up a little bit before I put the bearing in, just so it slid right in. I packed them with grease. I don't know if you could see the bearing in there or not. Let me get a treble light here. I don't know if you could see the bearing in there, but it's in there, and I packed it with some bearing grease. I don't know if you need to do that or not. I mean, it gets lubed up pretty good with the flying of the oil in the transmission. But so I just got that back in, the bearing and everything, and the oil seal back in. I got to figured I might as well, if I have everything torn apart down this far. It's a real freaking headache, but that's what you got to do for the bull pinion shaft, what your brake drums ride on. This is what you got to do. So I'll pan it back here a little bit so you can kind of see. This is a 1941 Farmall H. It's the first tractor I ever bought. I've never had it torn down this far. Done some work on the engine. Yeah, what a nightmare. So if this video helps you, feel free to message on the video here or whatever, comment, whatever you got to do. But this is what happens when a 15-minute brake job turns into well, now that we've been waiting on bearings and oil seals, this is like 2 weeks here now. So be mindful if you really care to, keep your machinery up and running. Sometimes this is the kind of shit you got to do. So, but like I said, if you have any questions, whatever, feel free to give me a holler. I'll usually answer pretty quick. You could find me on Facebook too, Pat's Perfect Produce. We do vegetable farming, and all my equipment's old. I don't have anything new. The newest thing I have is a 2940 from 1981, and the oldest is a Farmall F20 from 1935. So we have a little bit of everything, and we're always working on various projects trying to get things back together. So, well, hope this helps you and serves you well, and hopefully somebody else will save a headache unlike myself. So until next time, we'll catch you guys later.